know about you two losers, but I feel pretty lame if I didn't seize the chance to do my civic duty. This is a neighborhood watch community, you psycho freak. Go back to the nut house or face the consequences.
Now we're cooking.
Since you've got the hang of it, why don't you try picking up the pace?
Conway, unless you tell the police, it's not gonna stop.
It'll never stop. Maybe it shouldn't. These hands tortured people, Billie.
I'll stand by you, but only if you stand up for yourself. I believe you've made the choice to change.
It's not always about choosing. I don't believe my mother chose to beat me, but she did.
Is it true she locked you in a closet?
Mainly so I couldn't get out of the house. I mean, she'd removed the doorknobs, things of that nature.
She abused you until you were 18 years old. Why didn't you just run away?
She was my mother.
You know what I just can't believe? That my mother fell for such an obvious player like Brolin. I mean, he became an airline pilot, for God's sake.
Speaking of smart women, foolish choices. Everything okay here?
Fine. Actually, we're sort of in the middle of a conversation.
Billie.
Officer, might as well tell her in front of my face how foolish she is to trust me. I won't be offended.
I appreciate you being concerned about me, Cory. But you just don't understand.
I was just thinking the same thing.
You're wrong. Let's go, Conway.
Can you please explain why my friend is hanging out with a convicted killer and I feel like the bad guy?
Do you think people ever really change that much?
I don't know.
Chris?
Hello again.
Officer McNamara? I was hoping I'd run into you.
Actually, we kind of need...
A soda. I'll be right back.
What do you want from me?
A chance?
You had one 30 years ago.
Chris, I was a kid. A kid dropping bombs on people and smoking dope to forget about it. How could I think about the future when I was just trying to live through the day?
Plenty of other soldiers came home to their families.
The first year after you were born, I didn't think of you at all. I've paid for that for the rest of my life.
How have you paid? You have had no responsibilities, no obligations. You stuck my mother with that.
I was at your house 25 years ago. I saw you. And ever since then, every time I'd see a little blonde girl about your age, I'd look in her face and wonder if it was you. When my friends' daughters were having their sweet 16 parties or graduating from high school, I wondered if you were going through the same thing. Not a day has gone by when I haven't felt a pain I can't even begin to describe.
I want to believe you. How can I when it took you this long to come find me?
I was afraid that you wouldn't accept me. I was right.
No!
So, how's Mom?
Oh, same old Maggie. Still won't let me lose more than $100 a week with poker.
2 eggs over easy, a side of corned beef hash and white toast. 2 of them.
Predictable, aren't I?
I've always known I could count on you, Daddy. I don't think you know how much that's meant to me all my life.
So, what's going on, Chrissy? Must be something serious for you to get me on the first plane out of Grand Rapids.
My biological father is alive. He showed up at the firehouse a couple days ago. He said that you and Mom knew that he wasn't dead.
It's true.
What?
Honey, do you remember how devastated you were when I told you that I wasn't your father by birth?
Daddy, you lied to me.
We protected you. How were we supposed to explain to the little girl we adored why some man chose not to be her father? Hell, it didn't make any sense to us. Maybe your mother and I made a mistake by not telling you, but we had every reason to believe that Jorgensen would never come looking.
Do you have any idea how I felt? I could see myself. I could see myself in his eyes, his smile. It was like seeing a ghost, only worse because then I realized that everything I believed in growing up wasn't true.
What's true is that you're my daughter, Chris. Maybe it's not flesh and blood, but you've got a piece of my soul.
So what am I supposed to do? I mean, he thinks that just because he lives here now that he deserves some kind of relationship with me.
I know you probably want to punish him. But when he sees what a wonderful young woman you are, realizing all those years that he missed, that'll be more than punishment enough. Gimme.
Dad, if you don't want me to...
I'm not like these delicate pretty boys out here in Oz. I know that nothing or no one can change what we have.
I love you, Dad.